Hello. Good morning. No, no Graham here this morning. Going to test my Wi-Fi. This isn't going to be earth-shattering, so don't feel you need to stay for any reason. I'm going to be walking around my yard, going back where my greenhouse is, trying to see if my Wi-Fi will pick up in my greenhouse area, so I know if I can do some live streams from there when I want to do some potting out in the greenhouse. I'm also going to be weeding and laying cardboard and things like that. I might leave the camera rolling. It may be very boring, and as you see, I'm no Graham this morning. Just got up, scrubbed my face, braided my hair, and out I come. I lost the signal a little while ago, so it may be iffy. It may not hang on. Who was that I just saw pop in? Allie. Hello, Allie. I love seeing Allie in my live stream. Okay, I know Brenda was on the first one. There she is. Hello, Brenda. Yay. All right, let's walk around and see. Now, if you lose me, because I go in the back of the yard, I'm going to come back this way again, so it should come on. If you lose me, it should come back, because I'm going to come closer to the Wi-Fi. Alrighty, here we go. I'm going to take a little stroll. All right, honey. I'm going to take a little stroll, see if the Wi-Fi will hang on as I go back to the shed where my greenhouse is. And I'll show you on the way. Here's my onion bed. And here's where I have already weeded some by hand. You can see all those weeds over there. Well, that's what everything looked like, all those spring weeds. So I got these beds cleared out some. That's some volunteer lamb's ear there, so I left it. Now this middle patch here, I'm going to put cardboard over that to kill it back, and that's going to be a path. And yesterday I got this one done up to here is all. And then I have all this to do. The yard, we had a fence come down over the winter. We need to tear that up and burn it. So then I have my fruit trees. This is my peach and my Asian pear. It's blooming beautifully. And this is my bubblegum plum. And I have lots of debris here I have to clean all up. This is a cherry, a Montmorency cherry that's starting to leaf out right here. And over here, my Bing cherry has never had this many blossoms. This Bing cherry got very sick about, oh golly, must be 6 years ago. And I had to cut a lot of it away. And it didn't do well. But now it's got quite a few blossoms, so I hope I get a few cherries off it. I want to cut it down because I don't want them bigger than 8 or 10 feet. And back here is my greenhouse. So the question is, am I still live back here at the greenhouse? It looks like I am. I'm all the way back to my back fence. So it looks like I can go in my greenhouse and do some work later. Now, as you can see, I got a hole here you can peek through. It's terrible in there. There's grown up dead stuff. So I got to open this up. I have a pile of cardboard here that I'm going to be laying in certain places to try and get ahead of the weeds. But yeah, I'm really happy with my pretty blossoms on my Asian pear. And over here, this is a plum. Got some nice blossoms starting on my plum. Lots of them. That's exciting. Now these are, if you don't know, haven't been here before, they're Espalier. I'm trying to make a living pickable fence, so I'm training these lower branches to, I'll be tying this one over this way, to make a fence. And then the wires will come down and the hardened tree branches will actually make the fence. I've started this one is a apricot, and you see down here is a branch I'm training. This one will come across the middle. This one is on this wire. There's another one up here, and then it just goes up. And over here, my Gala apple is getting some lovely blossoms forming, so that's hopeful. And again, I'm espaliering that into a pickable living fence. Those of you who have been with me a while may remember when I planted these about 4 years ago. There's a video showing me opening the package from Stark Brothers when they were just little 4-foot sticks. So, next thing I'm going to do is finish weeding this little bit right here and then lay cardboard all down in here. So, let me check your comments and then I'm going to abandon you and get to work. And you may watch or you may go ahead about your business because it's not going to be all that exciting. Let's see. Oh, we got some people here. Duncan and Ellie, I knew that. Belinda Barton, good morning. Hear the birds singing? Let's see. Belinda Barton. Okay, I only see... Oh, Teresa. Hello, Teresa. Teresa Wheeler. Okay, I see like 4 people here, which is fine. At least 4 that commented. Can't tell if it tells me how many are actually watching. Can't see it because of the light out here. But, all right, I'm going to get to work and pull up those weeds. And I'll check back with you later. If some of you like to watch other people work, this is for you. If not, I'll see you all later. I'm just really testing this out to see how it works. And later, I have a little old GoPro. 14 watching. Thank you, Brenda. I have an old GoPro. I mean, it's so old it doesn't even have a viewfinder or a screen on it. But I want to try that out, too. Hello, Lori. And I will try that out later. So here we go with me just pulling weeds. And if this inspires you, you can watch. If you want to go about and start your own day, feel free to do that. All right. Let me get this down to, let's see, I guess about here. And get the tripod and set. Now, I want to start over here where I ended and show it down to here. I guess that'll do it. All right, I'm taking off my microphone and getting my gloves. The ground is still dewy and kind of wet, so I'm going to put some paper down for me to kneel on. So this is how I weeded all this garden. I guess I could put my mic on while I'm right here. I used to have an action hoe. Do you know what those are? They're like a stirrup hoe. It's a hoe with like a stirrup on the end with a sharp edge, and it works really good to slide it under the first inch or two of earth and cut all the roots so this stuff comes right up. I really like that thing, but I've misplaced it. I can't find it anywhere. And I've been searching online to by hand. It's much faster with the action hoe. but I don't build up my hand muscles like I do with this. Here we got a lot of henbit, probably chickweed, and all the spring weeds that my garden gets filled with every spring. We don't have Jeffrey today. Sometimes we do have him on Saturday, but we don't have Jeffrey today, so I was able to get out here earlier. Lately, it's just been when he's napping and somebody else is inside the house with him that I can get out and do some gardening. But we love having our baby Jeffrey. He's 17 months old now, and just a joy. I'm a little sad that we probably won't be having the family for Easter. The only family members we've seen lately are our daughter Heidi and Jeffrey, because we babysit him, and she brings them every day. She is working. She's a job, so it's a little worrisome because it deals with the public. But she's being very careful, and so are we. We've been having our groceries delivered. That's a toss-up, what you think is the safest. Instacart here will deliver Aldi's, so the prices are good there, even though you have to pay for the delivery and the service fee and the tip and all that. But our Aldi's is a good, I don't know, about 25 minutes from us, so there's a little bit of gas involved there, so we can also take that into consideration. And when we get our groceries, they leave the bags on the front porch, and we wear gloves. And I cover the kitchen table with trash bags. We bring the bags, the Galdi bags in, put them on top of the table on the trash bags, and unpack, and I wash everything comes in. If it's packed in cardboard, like cereal boxes, I repackage them in my own, those plastic cereal boxes you can buy that have the flip-top lids. And then I throw out the boxes. We're trying to be as careful as possible. Wash everything down with the blue dish soap, really soaking it and scrubbing it. It takes a lot of time, but we want to be safe. Thing I'm having the most trouble with are the eggs, because the cardboard packages they come in are very convenient to hold them, and I can't really wash them well. So they don't get too much attention, unfortunately. But everything else gets a good scrub down or is repackaged. I don't have any of those plastic egg holders, and I'm not sure my fridge can have the room to have those. Right now, I have a lot of eggs in the fridge, and they're stacked one on top of the other. The dozen packages, the dozen crate type boxes. And I couldn't have unpacked them. So I hope you're all staying safe out there. Now this cattle panel here, I've got 2 of them hooping over 2 beds in this spot, and I usually grow vining crops on it, like spaghetti squash, other types of squash, maybe even cucumbers. Here in Zone 7, Maryland, I can't safely plant the more tender crops outside until about Mother's Day. So I've got a while yet. I have started some tomatoes and peppers inside. They need more sun than what they're getting, so I didn't set up my grow lights. Usually I put them on my kitchen counter, set back under the overhang of the cabinets, but family members are annoyed when they're there, so I didn't do that this year. They did really well last time I did that because I was able, excuse me, put my grow lights there. And they got nice thick stems on them, and you know how they get kind of hairy and thick when they're nice and healthy. Well, the ones I have now aren't like that. They're kind of thin and spindly because they're just not getting enough sun. So later today, I may bring some out. I can put them in my greenhouse once I get that straight. But at night, it still might get too cold. Tomatoes don't do well if they go under 50. And I know tonight it's supposed to get down to like 48. And I'm not sure how many more cold nights we're going to have. So I can't let them live out there yet. Even though the greenhouse may hold a little bit of heat, it won't hold much. During the day, the sun makes it nice and warm though. That greenhouse was a real cheapie one. This is my third one. I just buy them at like Big Lots or someplace like that. Christmas tree shop, Big Lots. They have them for like $50. And it's pretty roomy inside. It's nice to be able to go in and walk right in there and do some work. It's got shelves all the way around to hold things. I found them quite useful. I have collected a lot of windows to make a permanent greenhouse, but that isn't something I'm talented enough to do, and I'm guessing it would cost me $1,000 to have somebody build it, so that has not been done. Maybe someday. You might have seen the picture I posted of my dream greenhouse. So cute. I've posted it a few times on my Facebook page. I love coming out here and hearing the birds. We brought Jeffrey out yesterday, brought his playpen out here. He likes being outside, but he wants to run when he's out here. He's not happy being in the playpen. And we don't want to have to chase him. So he didn't stay out a whole lot. Sometimes Grandpa's usually the one who takes him for his walks. And he loves that. He will be happy in the stroller as long as he's moving and seeing things. I'd like to get him a sandbox or something he can come out and play in. Let him dig in the dirt, maybe, here in my garden. He loves trucks and anything with wheels. And I bought him some cute John Deere plastic. Let's see, there's like a bulldozer and a pickup truck. And he's been having a ball with those in the house. And we have a low window out front, and he stands there a lot and looks at all the cars and trucks going by the house. He just loves that. Points and the UPS man. And he likes seeing Mommy come when she comes home at night. And he claps his hand when Grandpa comes home from his run. My husband goes for a walk run every day. All right, I'm getting toward the end now. Now, I do believe in keeping your earth covered, but I will wait till after this is planted, and then I'll cover it with first compost and then some mulch, some wet wood chips. Now, what I'd like to do is every year get a full load of wood chips that's been processed while there's still leaves on the tree. You know, when they cut down a tree, if it has leaves on it, the green and the brown from the bark compost much better than if it's just all brown or not. And when I can get both the green and the brown together and get a free load of wood chips from the tree companies, that works out well. And what I usually do is fill my walkway paths with it between my beds. And then the following year, when it's been composted down, I'll shovel out what's in the in the walkway paths, lay it on the beds, and then put the new load back in the walkway. And that seems to work very well. This soil was not good when I moved in, and I've slowly been building it up so it doesn't dry out. And this is as much tilling as I do, just pulling these out, trying to keep a no-till garden. Okay, so this bed is done. All right, let me sit down and chat with you a minute. Take off my gloves. I'll sit over here. Maybe I can put the camera on this table. Of course, the sun's in my eyes. That doesn't help. I'm not sure if I'll be able to read your comments without getting too up close and personal, because they're so small. I'm going to have to turn the other way so the sun's not in my eyes. I'll sit over here. That's better. I probably won't leave this up. This is just a little test thing. Alrighty. Let's see what comments we have here. Brenda hasn't been to bed yet. Oh my word. She keeps those wood stoves going all night. I don't know how you do all that, Brenda. And here you are doing my moderating for me. Grandma Rose is having a cup of coffee. I just had one inside. I tried black coffee today. I don't usually drink it black, but I got to get serious about what I'm eating again, so I didn't put cream and sugar in it. All right, anything else I need to reply to? Good to see you all out gardening in the spring air. Yeah, it's a little chilly this morning, but really not bad. I think it's just under 50, like 48 degrees or so. Yes, I am so glad for spring. We got absolutely no snow this year. We usually get some, sometimes up to 2 feet at a time. Here in Maryland, we're just below the Mason-Dixon line. But this year we got Zippo snow. Yeah, it's getting more difficult for me, Lori, to get up and down from weeding. And when I was kneeling, the last 2 days since I was doing it last time, my knees have been really sore. But I'm trying to keep moving. My daughter just told me about a doctor who was making face masks who used a HEPA vacuum filter. Yeah, I heard about using vacuum filters for face masks. My question is, once you get the holes so small that the microns keep out, doesn't it keep the oxygen out too? I know some of those masks are awful hard to breathe through, unless they have the air ventilator things on the side. Patty Grove is going to plant potatoes and onions today. It sounds good. Yeah. Good morning, Kate. Now I have two moderators here. Hello, Kate, love. My new me. Well, Brenda, it's been forever. Welcome, honey. Glad to have you here. I was looking at your videos the other day. I went back and watched your #1 clean the kitchen video, the one that made you famous. So my new me. If you need inspiration, Brenda went through a really hard time where she got depressed and sick, and her house fell to absolute ruin. and she had a hard time climbing out of depression to tackle it, but she did, and she bravely put up a video showing her cleaning up her house that was way beyond messy, and she swallowed her pride and did it, and it was very inspiring, and so we're she got a ton of viewers in a very short amount of time because it was so interesting to watch. Kate doesn't get snow here often. Did you get any last year? You're welcome, Brenda. I've missed you too. Okay, I think I caught up with the comments. Like I said, this is going to be super interesting. I'm going to be pulling weeds, laying cardboard, and just keeping this running for company for those who want to stay around. I've got so much work to do out here. Last year was a bust. I didn't garden hardly at all last year. I had a few tomato plants and my onions that come back every year and a few peppers. But yeah, I didn't do much last year. We were doing too much traveling, had too much sickness, and too many responsibilities with watching our new grandson to actually get out here and do a lot. But this year, especially with what's going on with the grocery stores, I want to grow some more veggies again. I originally thought I'd cut back and not do as much as I used to do, but now with what's going on in the world, I may try and put in a big garden again. So that's why I am hoeing it out and pulling the weeds and getting it set up for planting and starting seeds inside and getting my greenhouse ready. Okay, yes, Kate, I know Blake goes live on Saturdays. I probably won't be on here that long anyway, but thank you for mentioning that. Finished my 2 new greenhouses. Good for you. Yeah. And my new me, Brenda, says I'm needing my own inspiration lately. Motivation is definitely lacking. It happens. I know it goes in spurts sometimes. But Brenda, go watch your old videos. They're very inspiring. I need to run to the Amish store soon, says Brenda. Okay, I probably won't stay on too long. Now that I've had that wonderful influx of subscribers, I don't want to stay on long without a moderator because you never know who's going to come in and what they'll say. And I don't want any inappropriate stuff here that would make people sad. Maybe I need to do that. Yeah, go watch your videos, Brenda. They're very inspiring. You know what? When I get feeling sad and stuff, it may sound funny, but I've got that series, My Faith Journey, which tells all about me and my experience. And sometimes when life happens and ups and downs of faith and positivity and belief may dip, if I go back and watch my own videos, it reminds me of how good God's been to me, and it helps a lot. So, yeah, you can do that. You can watch your own videos when you've made them when you were inspired and in a good place, and they can inspire you again. Yendall, hello. South Africa. Oh, sweetheart, thank you. I'm an inspiration in South Africa. Can you believe that? Well, I guess if you're getting older, I'll be 70 in June. If you're getting older and you need to be inspired that you can do things, then you can watch me because I'm doing my best to keep moving. And I've got a little piece of land here, less than a quarter acre, and I'm trying to grow as much as I can on it and get my fruit trees going and enjoy it and can it up and preserve it. David and I talk together about twice a week just in recounting what he had been through and how blessed we are. That's right. And you've been through a lot, Kate, so you're a good lesson to us to count your blessings no matter what you've been through. There have been so many changes. I think you're right. Yep. I can believe that. I'll be 71 in August, Bandana. I know, Kate. We're very close in age. We're very close in age. So, yeah, we know. We know what it's like to try to keep moving when life gets you down and you want to stay positive and you have all that bank vault of memories and experiences that you can tap into. And that's what I need to do when I go back and I watch my own My Faith Journey series. I say, yes, Lord, thank you. I remember that now, that you were so good to me, and I know you're still there in the same. Tamsin, thanks be to God. He promised us he would never leave us. Hi, everyone. That's right, Tamsin. Hello. Tamsin, I've been getting some emails from you with some links to some health type sites, and I want to check those out because I need inspiration there too for exercise and eating and things like that. I'm really getting concerned about how lax I've been in taking care of myself lately. So, Grandma Rose, I'm 72, 2 years older than either of you. Well, Grandma Rose, good for you. You can be our inspiration now to keep on going. Oh, Brenda's been getting them too. Yes, I want to take better care of me. And they seem pretty, they weren't like pushing to sell anything. They were just inviting you to come and take part and learn new recipes and exercise and things like that. So they're good. Okay, I'm going to put some cardboard down. I'm going to pull a few of those weeds in the middle there where the path is and then lay some cardboard. That's going to look kind of ugly, but I hope to get a shipment of wood chips in the next few weeks, and then I'll be covering the cardboard with all the wood chips, and that'll look good. But the cardboard by itself looks kind of bad. So here I go. I'm just going to set the camera up at a distance so you can get the wide view. Here we go, trying to get out of the chair. So, any of you that can get outside today and are having decent weather, I encourage you to get outside and get earthing. You know what earthing is? They say earthing is, there's been studies done. They're real or not, I don't know, but it sounds good to me. And that's where they say when you get your feet and your hands and yourself into the actual earth, something good comes out of it for you, and it builds you up and makes you happier and stronger. And the good earth, I think there's something to it. I mean, Adam and Eve were placed in a garden and told to work it, so why not? All right, let's see if I can get a view here of the cardboard. And where's the area I'm going to cover? Let's see. I got to see where I'm pointing. All right, I think that might work right there. All right, take off my microphone before I strangle myself. I guess you can see that. Okay. Silly me, I was going to rake up all the loose weeds in there, but why not leave them under the cardboard and let them compost down? No one should be out of breath from just walking up and down and getting cardboard, but that's how bad it is that I am. Okay, so my plan is to get a load of wood chips and to cover the cardboard with the wood chips and let them compost down on the paths. I will plant the beds on either side. And next year, I'll cover the beds with aged wood chips. I've got that in the back after I plant them. And next year, when the path wood chips are decomposed down, I will shovel them up onto the beds to keep building them up. That's what I've been doing. And just repeat that process every year. Now, down here, I have morning shade in that corner. And that's where I usually plant my lettuces and the things that can grow better in the shade. In about an hour, there'll be sun there, but in the early morning, there's shade from the house. As the sun rises up over the edge of the house, then the sun will be there. And then on this cattle panel there, I put tomatoes, and in front of it, I put green bush beans. So, I gotta get all that weeded out. That's the fence that gets the poison ivy so badly. And so what's on it now is just English ivy and the dead vines from last year's poison ivy, although I don't trust them either, not to get me. So we're going to trim all the excess off the top of that fence and then staple black plastic onto the fence and run about a foot of it onto the ground in front of the fence and then lay cardboard in front of the fence. And hopefully that'll cut back on the poison ivy. It'll still grow up the other side, but it hopefully won't come through and get on my side. It's bad stuff. And there's a lot to cut back there. And then, of course, here's my Egyptian walking onion bed. Yesterday, I dug up the ones that had spread over toward the fence and planted. I got all that to do up there. Those are all vegetable beds if I choose to plant that much this year. So, the house, and it seemed to stay on. Let me check your comments quickly before I get off. I got to get too close, I'm sorry. Yes, the grass clippings, we use that as well. Yeah, I'm afraid about where I can get mulch too. Love this no glam gram this morning. Take me as I am. Tarps from the dollar store and spread wood chips. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, I love the birds here. On these chaise lounges, after I do my garden work, I like to just lay down here and relax. Sometimes take a little snooze and listen to my birds singing. We have a lot around here, which is good for organic gardening too, because they come and eat the bugs. So I want to get more bird houses to put around my fences. Although I got to be careful because we had this big black snake that was getting in them and eating the babies, and that was sad. Tree trimmers are not deemed essential in the state. Yeah, I think you're right that we might not be able to get the wood chips like we used to. Maybe in a few weeks, we'll see. All right. Do you have any advice on keeping rodents out of the garden? I need to keep squirrels out of my fruit trees. Nothing like getting out in the yard and moving. Feels great to get everything ready for a whole new year ahead. Yeah, it's going to improve. It's going to get better. I want to plant. I have marigolds that will come up on their own because I leave them there all winter and they seed over. But I think I'm going to pull some up and plant them in front of the brick rows I have here to make it a little more decorative. Okay, you can use chicken wire to make enclosures, keeps most of the rodents out. Yep. Aluminum pie pans, little pot. Yeah, I was thinking about hanging some of those from my fruit trees. Those plastic owls I got in the tree did seem to work until they fell out the weekend we were away, and then the squirrels got the fruit again. Can you pull out the poison ivy? It is so bad that the vines go under the earth like 5 or 6 lines deep, and the whole family is so allergic to it that I'm really afraid of it. And I did talk to gardeners about getting it pulled out, like garden companies, and it was hundreds and hundreds of dollars for them to come and do it. So that's why I'm down to the black plastic and trying to put barriers up. Yes, marigolds help with bugs. That's why I planted them. Okay, I think I saw everybody's comments. If I didn't, I'm sorry. Don't have poison ivy. I'm not allergic. I never got it for years and years. It's one of those things that you can develop an allergy to for who knows why. And then one year I got it bad. My family had gotten it, my sons and daughters, and my husband always got it bad, and I didn't. Now I do. I guess the same things happen with bee stings. Some people are never allergic to bee stings, and then one day they are, and they have to go to the hospital. So you got to be careful. You never know. I don't think marigolds help with rodents. I think they might eat them. I don't know. All right, y'all. Thanks for coming and visiting me this early morning while I'm out in my garden and testing my Wi-Fi out back by the greenhouse. Hopefully within the next week or so you'll see me out in the greenhouse doing some planting and stuff. I'm getting excited for the nice weather to be here, and yeah, my friends to come and visit and help me in the garden, keep me company. So from No Glam Gram this morning to you, Have a wonderful day. I love you all. God bless.